What's up, guys? Roberto Rosas here with the Dormied YouTube channel. This week is all about shallowing, and today we're going to talk you through some key drills and feels to learn to get shallow in the downswing to generate speed, square up the face, and to eliminate that nasty slice. Take a look.
If you look at like a player up to the top, they all have different structure up top. Some players go into an external shoulder rotation up top. So they're coming in and they're getting external, and then what that does is that stretches this muscle this way. So I at least see a lot of people who look pretty up here and go into a reverse stretch, which is called stretch short cycle, and they get a little steeper. So I show people a lot about if this is on my shoulder and I just turn and I have any width at all, the shaft is shallow. If I actually pull it off and then throw width, that thing's straight up and down. So as long as we don't pull it off the shoulder, we're going to shallow it out. So I do a little demonstration.
Just do that again with that drill actually, because this is a really good drill for people to do at home, isn't it? So
of course. So if I just got here and I said, okay, this is my transition, it's more rotational, then all of a sudden I have it here and I did that for real, I'm in this position, okay? If I have any slide, that shaft isn't turning. So now I can manipulate it with my arms and get it here, and that's okay. Yeah. But the difference is that's not a natural motion. I would never throw a ball like this and then turn. I would actually leave my arms alone and they'd come into this position. So you'll see everybody's palm straight up when they throw, but they're not trying to do that.
So what do we see the best players do, and how would we like to shallow the golf club? Well, the motion of the body that we see in the best players is from the top, we often get a little bit of an increase in flex. Now, an increase in flex of the body is a slight steepening motion. You can see how as I increase the flex in my body, the club shaft steepens. So the golfers who shallow the club fantastically well have a body which is flexing more, but they use their trail arm to shallow the golf club. That's what we're going to try and get you to feel and sense in this little exercise. Take your starting position. Make a backswing and split your grip onto the golf club like I've done here. Now, as you start your downswing with your body, I want you to feel as if you're rotating and increasing the flex. So you can see as I'm starting to rotate, I'm starting to settle into my left side a little bit more, and I'm starting to increase the flex. As you do that, I want you to use your right arm to drag the club shaft behind you. So as you can see, I'm now increasing the flex of the body, but I'm using the rotations of my trail shoulder and my elbow to start to shallow the golf club. If we take that from a normal grip, that same feeling would be here. So what I'm now done here is I've got the golf club into a fantastic position, but my body is ready that it can still rotate through, maintain my angles, and that is how we need to shallow the golf club.
So I want you to do 20 reps. Just go to the top of your swing, do 4 or 5, feeling like you rotate that face closed, rotate it closed again. Get used to that feeling of rotating it closed, and then come back down to the bottom of the swing. So you're gonna do 4 or 5, get the feeling of that, and then go ahead and swing on through. What you'll notice is you'll have a sensation that face is really closing down, so now it's easier to get that club shallow and from the inside, and you don't have to worry about it going to the right at all. So we're going to start out doing reps of 5, closing, 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 and then swinging through. Do a good 20 reps or however many it takes you to feel comfortable with that. Then let's pause halfway down. I want to go just halfway down my swing, pause when the club's about parallel with the ground, and now let's close that face again 3, 4, 5 times until you get the feeling of that. Start opening the hips like you would in the golf swing, and then go ahead and feel like you swing on through to get that nice draw. Once I've done those, I've felt the club face start to rotate at the top of the swing. I've felt the club face start to rotate at the bottom of the swing. Now it's starting to make complete sense how I could get the club in here on the slot and still get that face squared up as I'm coming through contact. So your final reps, do 4 or 5 reps where now you get the club in here, really exaggerate that wrist action, that rotating of the club, and you're gonna feel completely comfortable getting the club way back in here and being comfortable that ball is gonna turn over from right to left as you're doing that.
I put my watch on my right hand arm instead of my left hand arm. Now I always wear my watch in this arm, so this feels weird already, but I've got the face of the watch facing up. And the idea in this is when we swing down, I want the watch face to point away. If it points down to the ball, you'll see the shaft here becomes over and steep. If the watch face faces on top of the ball, if you like, away from the ball, almost horizontal to the ground, you'll see how the shaft goes shallow. And what it does, it turns my arm and my shoulder more external. So that visual quite quickly changes my arm shape and my shaft shape on the downswing just by putting my watch in a different hand and making some practice swings.
So the best way to work on it is grab a short iron, start off with some slow motion swings, get up to the top of your backswing, initiate by using the ground. So I'm still squatting and opening up my hips. Now just start to work it in pieces. Just let your right arm unfold from here, okay? So you can see my left arm is staying straight. All I'm doing is practicing unfolding my right arm, right? It doesn't go like this. It doesn't go like this, right? I'm just unfolding it straight down. So straight down from here. If I was standing straight up and down, it would just be totally vertical, okay? But I'm bent over, so it looks like it's at a slight angle, but it's totally vertical. I do that a couple times, and I start to put that with a little bit of body turn. So you can see that club really gets onto a nice plane coming down. There's many of you out there that are pulling the handle down, many of you out there that are leaving the club up for too long. Once you start to train that right arm, those issues are going to be eliminated. Okay, so once you've done a few rehearsals like that, I would take it out there slowly, up to the top again, start down, unfold your right arm, put a little bit of turn with it, start to blend those two motions, and then hit some easy shots.
Now, if you found this or any of our other videos helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like below, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a video from us.